Up until this point, everything that we've done has been numerical. We've computed log returns, fit the distribution, and estimated parameters. But numbers alone don't tell you whether a model understands risk. In this section, we're going to visualize those distributions and understand what they're saying. The goal here is not to make a pretty chart, but it's to really see how our models are fitting the empirical returns. And one way that this visualization code differs from our previous code base is that here we're calling in distributions.py. So we're treating this like a module. That way we don't have redundant model fitting in our code. But in the main, you can see we call the normal fit, the student t fit, print out some summary stats, and then we go into the 3 plots. So the first chart we have here is the histogram chart. This basically takes the empirical returns, plots them out in a histogram, and then it puts the fit of the normal distribution and the student t distribution. And then we also add VaR for normal and VaR for student. So the blue bars are our empirical returns. The red solid line is going to be our normal distribution, and you can see that it's too wide, and it doesn't quite go up high enough in the center points, and doesn't really cover the fat tails. Student t-fit, on the other hand, this green line, you can see spikes around that center point, around the mean, and then actually fits the data rather well, and then goes out really wide for those fat tails. The next plot that we're going to look at is the QQ plot, or the quantile plot. We're going to go ahead and plot out the normal and the student t distributions and see what they look like. All right, so first looking at the QQ plot for the normal distribution, we can see around the center points it's actually fitting rather well, but then on kind of the tails, we have just a dramatic drop off. And so what that is showing is that it measures like the mean rather well, but the model kind of falls apart, modeling the extreme risk that comes with it, the extreme volatility swings. So now looking at the QQ plot for the student t, the mean again gets modeled out rather well, and the left tail aligns far better than it did in the normal distribution. The extreme points still deviate. You can see here that the model bends instead of breaks. Now this last plot is the tail comparison. This is going to look at the left side tail, so the biggest losses that we have, and it's going to look at the normal and the student t distribution, and we'll see how they compare. So this is taking the log of the distributions, and what you can see right away for the normal distribution, as we go farther out in the negative returns, it drops to a near 0 probability. While the student t distribution is like, hey, fat tails occur sometimes. So again, this is supporting our theory that the student t distribution is fitting our model far better than the normal distribution. The key takeaway is choosing a distribution is a risk decision, not a modeling preference. Now that we can visualize our data, let's actually go and calculate the risk metrics for VaR and CVaR.